And good morning and welcome to the Real Monica Adams Show. We are live from SpecialT MRI. We've been talking about this. You met this gentleman just a couple of weeks ago. Jerry G is the owner of SpecialT MRI, and we talked about the whole body scan. So I wanted to go through it and speak about it firsthand for you so that I could tell you what you're going to experience. And for the next couple of weeks, you really want to take advantage of this. I'm going to tell him some stories about some people recently that have gotten sick and the stages of cancer or the levels of where they are. And could that have been caught earlier in stage one? That's the most important thing, the preventative aspect. This is super exciting. So Michelle and I actually came here just a couple of days ago. You're going to get a chance to see so much today. We are so excited. We're going to sit down and talk with Jerry. And what I want is for you to ask him any questions. It's that Q&A. It's your opportunity. That's why we go live, by the way, so that you have the opportunity to speak to us firsthand. Don't text and drive, please. But if you're at home, write us any comments. And if you watch this later, then do a little hashtag replay. We're on Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, and Instagram. So we'll be looking at all the platforms for any questions that you have. It's all going to be really exciting. We're here in Fenton. And hey, if you even want to stop by and see this beautiful place, we'll let you know where we're located as well. And let's just take you through the excitement of a whole body scan. Here we are in Fenton at SpecialT MRI. A couple of weeks ago, we introduced you to the owner, Jerry G. We talked about a whole body scan, but only for the next couple of weeks do you have the opportunity to take advantage of the special that he's running. Just imagine what could be caught in a whole body scan. Preventative aspect. You know, a lot of talk is out there about early cancer markers. Could we find Alzheimer's? Could we find dementia? So much that you might want to say, I want that done. Would you want to know? We're going to talk about all of that today with Jerry, the owner, but I'm going to actually take you through the process. If you've ever wanted to know the real Monica Adams inside and out, today is the day we're going to show you. Okay, we're outside and we're going to come walking in. I want to thank Tia Tricamo and Zach Kimball. They are here with us this morning. So literally, they just opened, and that's why you're seeing the deflated balloons from a little over a month ago. Tia's going to walk you in. This is a brand new building, by the way, and take us through when you come in to SpecialT MRI and have this experience. So you'll check in right there. You'll go through and do the regular paperwork, and then they will lead you back. You're going to see just how different it is. The things that are similar, of course, is the staff taking care of you, doing the paperwork, taking you back, making sure that you put on the proper clothes. And we're going to talk about that later, by the way, Jerry. And then everything, of course, is secure. You go to your locker. We have it all locked up. And then you'll get an opportunity to be taken through. And it's the special side of this. What I want to stress today is not just whole body scans. And this is something that somebody stopped in the other day and told Jerry, oh, so you do regular MRIs as well? Yes. So if you have anything right now from a medical side that the doctors are saying, I want to look at this closer, instead of going somewhere that has like a chain, we're all about supporting local businesses. You can say, Doc, I want that MRI to be taken at SpecialT MRI. So this is where Michelle and Jerry sat the other day, and Tia's going to give us a view straight through that window where they're looking at the MRI. Look at it right there. It is so much bigger than anything you all have ever experienced. For all of you who have claustrophobia, I can't wait to tell you about how different it is and what I experienced. So right there, here's the room. And this is what Jerry is using. This is, again, so different. I can tell you, so different from anything that you've ever experienced. Look how large it is. So we're thinking about people who may be larger or people who have claustrophobia. And it's always been, I don't know how I'm going to be able to get through this. I'm going to have to come in and out of it. Obviously, they're always taking care of saying, constantly, are you okay? Are you okay? They give you some good music. I got to tell you, from someone who dances, that was hard, Jerry. But I'm going to talk about how the movement in and out of that allows you, if you are claustrophobic, to suddenly feel that you can breathe. Because I opened my eyes, which is something I normally never do in an MRI, opened my eyes and I went, oh, I'm not in the tunnel completely. I'm actually on the other side of it. And of course, Tia can point up a little bit and show you the beautiful sky that you can look at. It looks like that every day. It never rains. So we're going to tell you all about this. We're going to take a quick break. Speaking of which, by the way, speaking of the sky, I do want to let you know it is very cold today. So as you step out, wear your coat. We were in the teens, maybe low 20s. It's going to warm up. It's going to be cold this weekend. And it is going to rain, by the way, for all of you that are local. We do have rain in the forecast coming in about 10 o'clock Friday night into Saturday morning. And just expect rain all day Saturday. So if you want to get the lights up, if you haven't done that yet, you want to do outside work, I would tell you to do that maybe Friday or Sunday. Sunday looks nice, actually, in the 50s. So there's your forecast. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to show you the experience of what I went through just a couple of days ago. And you are going to be blown away when he tells you how many images were taken in less than 45 minutes. So all of you, if you're just tuning in, SpecialT MRI in Fenton. They haven't even been open 2 months. It's a brand new baby, and they're here for you. We're going to walk you through all of this. We're going to talk about catching things and being preventative on an early basis. All right. So start spreading the word to your family and friends to watch today's show, because now this is the show and tell as we are live in Fenton. Don't go anywhere. Why don't we grab some friends and family and sit by a toasty fireplace and enjoy the holidays? Where should we do that, Michelle?
Ooh, I don't know. How about a lovely place in Defiance called Sugar Creek Winery?
Right there, live December 28th. We will be doing a mobile Monica for you, but the entire day is going to be a blast from noon to 6 p.m. Great wine.
Yes.
Great food. Great music. More importantly, I love history and sitting down and thinking 30 years ago, the dream and the progression. Mm-hmm. We're going to do all of that. What are you most excited about?
I'm excited about finally winding down after the holidays. Because
right?
It is going to be crazy, crazy, crazy.
Well, kind of. We're going to be between the holidays.
That's true. This is true. But the Christmas holidays tend to be a little bit busier in my household.
So Christmas to New Year's, right smack dab in the middle. We're going to sit down with some friends and family. And I want to see you. She wants to see you. We want to meet some of you for the very first time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We would love for you to be here. Some giveaways galore as well. Sugar Creek Winery and Judgment Tree Distillery. Do you know you can have vodka and brandy? And the distillery is right here on the property. So come join us. We can't wait. We're going to toast you together. Sugar Creek Winery, The Real Monica Adams Show. We're collaborating December 28th. Can't wait to see you. Everyone, I may not be a doctor, but I'm going to play one on TV.
See, this is a metal detector before you go to MRI. So
yes.
It's a
yeah. So oh
no.
Oh.
Turn around. Very good.
All right, I'm super excited, and so should you, because literally this is groundbreaking. We're talking about not just cancer, but 500 plus conditions that we could figure out with a whole body scan. I will say this, Jerry, I need this to be tailored. All right, let's do this.
My name is Jerry. I'm gonna do a test. Okay.
Yes.
Just lay on
This
your
is
back.
bigger than I've ever seen.
Yes, it's bigger. The biggest one in the market.
Where's my slippers?
Okay. Yeah. So just lay on your back. Okay. All right. So if you have any problem, questions, you always test with this. Hold with your hand. Okay. So the tests are gonna be just 1 hour. I've seen that one. Okay. What music do you like?
How about a little R&B?
R&B.
Yes.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Put your head down.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. This is
All hands and feet inside.
yeah. This is a head coil.
Wow.
Yes, a lot of stuff. Yeah, give me that. There you go. Okay, just this done. Now, here we go. I'll get your music in a minute. Sorry, how much you weigh?
Hey! We're going to talk later, by the way, about all those things you put on me, Jerry, that I felt like a stormtrooper.
Want to say okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we are again live at SpecialT MRI right now. There was Jerry. Michelle got a chance to come here the other day and sit on this side of the window and watch all of this. So can you tell me, before we go into where you took all these images, what was that you were putting on me? Because I know some people say that they've had that before. I just had an MRI about 6 months ago that was scheduled for me, and I never had all of those contraptions you put on me. That should have been done?
Well, so we call it MRI coils. We use that coil to collect the signal from your body. So it depends on which area we're doing it. Usually, a lot of times we just do one area. For example, just for the brain, you have brain coil. If for the abdomen, you have abdomen coil. But for this, you need to put a more coil at the same time, so you can cover more area.
Yeah, and so in the 40 minutes, you're showing it right now. You put several on me as you took all the images. You kept changing that out. All I've ever had was laying. I had a blanket put over the top of me. I had headphones put on. Went back into it. I never had all these things. Is there a reason that wouldn't have taken place?
No, because nobody doing like a whole body. I would see quite a few. And whole body you need more coils. And
Okay.
actually in phase 2, we're going to have another coil.
Really?
So that way we don't have to switch out.
Yeah, I looked at the shelf
Yeah.
of where how many do you have? I mean, I looked over, you have so many things that you change out.
So yeah, we have so many coils. Depends on what we're looking for. What
Okay.
doctor, we have a dedicated shoulder coil, like spine coil actually is under the table.
Okay, so we're going to listen. This is you and Michelle talking back and forth as far as what you're doing here.
AI will be replace some doctors. Doctor will, because you, no matter how smart you are, you cannot together like a process like a 10 years, 20 years, 30 years ago data all together to find out why is the patient like this.
Sure.
Because, for example, you can imagine in the future, I can put your last 30 years lab work,
Right.
image work,
Right.
everything you put in the computer.
That's a lot of data.
Computer probably take a couple seconds.
Yeah.
They
To
already-
extrapolate
yeah.
everything what it needs.
What's normal, what's not.
Yes.
Because basically, medical doctor, what you learn in their things, I can load it.
Yes.
You don't need to copy your head. Actually, I just copy, put it in the computer. That's the brain.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's why you need it. If you have baseline data,
Yes.
people will benefit from that.
Right.
You see specialists, they take your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Orthopedic, they just your knee.
Mm-hmm.
But they never know. Ask a patient, what's your lifestyle?
Right.
What are you eating? What are you eating every
And how
day?
often do those
Yeah.
guys actually talk?
Yes,
About
they
food?
never
They never
come
talk.
together talk about your
Yes.
overall wellness.
Yes.
So that's the problem. In the future, the computer will do that for everybody.
That makes sense.
Well, and then this is giving her a baseline.
Yeah, baseline.
So that if something does happen,
Yeah, you
the
can look at this
computer
picture.
compare
Yeah.
and say, well, this is new.
Yes,
This wasn't here last
exactly.
Okay, and
Everybody
again,
will
Jerry
have a
G
baseline.
speaking with Michelle Harmon as Michelle got a chance to witness all this. Julie just said similar device that she had. She did have the thing on the head because she had one on her head, but this wasn't just the head. You changed it out all the way through the entire body.
So yeah, we scan from head to all the way to the ankles.
right now, right? Just for
Yes,
the next
yes.
couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why if you listen to Jerry when he was on the show a couple of weeks ago, he's running a special for $9.99 through December 31st for you to have a whole body scan. And what is the benefit of doing a whole body scan?
So the first of all is like for early cancer detection. If
Mhm.
you see abnormal signals on the livers, pancreas, for the kidney, or machine won't lie, will not miss it. So
Scanning the body for potential cancer. Folks, sit with that for a second. Some people don't want to know. They're like, I don't think I'd want to know. Really? I would, because you have bucket list items. You say you're going to do things. If you knew that you only had 6 months, a year, or 5 years left, wouldn't you? Actually, I'm going to ask you that right now. For those of you that are watching live, would you change your lifestyle at all? Would you change the way you were living? Would you do things that you've always said you want to do? If this whole body scan, you came back and were told, well, we're seeing this. And then so let me ask you that, Jerry, if you're catching something on the whole body scan, then what happens after that?
so the doctor will, you need to follow up with your doctor, your specialist. You can take further, action to go more details. Either they need a biopsy or whatever, or surgery, something. They need it more detailed.
And
Because yeah,
the reason I'm saying that is yesterday we revealed why you're praying for Chuck Gillentine with Defiance Ridge Vineyards and his wife, Michelle. She had a growth on her groin, I believe he was saying, that had been there for a handful of months. And like a lot of people, they just let it go until she started having migraines and other headaches. Well, she's at stage 3 cancer. If this whole body scan was done, that would have possibly been caught and get to stage 1. It's all about when something is discovered, what stage is it at? Then you're fighting the multiple stages that have already taken place, right?
yes. So that's what happened to a lot of people, because you probably a lot of disease, you don't have symptoms,
Mm-hmm.
you don't feel it, you don't something until, and the doctor even ordered their areas test for their area. For example, you have liver something, probably you never have symptom,
Mm-hmm.
but it's there.
Right.
So you got a chance to look the whole things, kind of like you want to survey the whole lake. You want to know where your fish are, right?
Yes.
But you need to know, you need to fish where the fish are.
Yeah. Let's fish where the fish are. Let's catch the big one.
So yes. So instead of but if no fish, you should leave, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense. So,
Again, let me reintroduce Jerry G, the owner of SpecialT MRI in Fenton. Just opened up about a month and a half ago.
Mhm.
Tell them your location.
yeah, 1823 Smizer Station Road in Fenton, Missouri.
And you got a website for them to
Yeah,
go to?
website and
SpecialTMRI.com.
yes.
We'll give you all of that at the end as well. The address, the phone number is 636-333-1391. This was when I came out and was looking through. I was teasing you because that is not how big I am. Okay, MRIs evidently add 10 pounds like television. You were like, oh, I see now. It's wide. And then you narrowed it. I'm like, that looks better. It's like a thin mirror. Okay, what are we looking at right here?
We're looking at the axial, look like the liver area.
Mhm.
Like you can see your heart, you can liver, and if you screw down, you can see more like from axial. We can see
There
we
you
can
go.
see descending, ascending aortas, all these vessels from your heart, and from actually, from your head to toe, we look this way, kind of like you cut the bread to see slice by slice,
Slice by
like
slice.
yeah, like 3 millimeters, every yeah.
Julie just asked, do you see more women or men? Men and women are so different.
So I mean, they all same for this whole body thing.
Are
So
you
we don't miss
asking,
things.
Julie, let me ask this. Are you asking if more women come in than men? Because that's
No,
probably
half.
half and half.
Mhm.
Right? Interesting, because a lot of times men We talk about this a lot on the medical shows that we do. Men are apprehensive sometimes to call their doctor, go into the doctor, many times because they don't want to hear the bad news. Women in their life have to make them go. But you're seeing 50-50?
50. Yeah.
Well, congratulations,
So,
men,
yeah.
for getting in.
And also for the male, you can detect, prostate cancer.
Yes.
And for the female,
Ovarian, uterus,
yes,
breast cancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can detect it,
I think the fascinating thing,
abnormal things,
Michelle, so you obviously were out there talking with Michelle while I was in there for 40 minutes. Let me stress this, 40 minutes. And you took how many images?
Yeah, 1,000, a couple thousand.
I think
pictures.
You said three.
Yeah.
3,000 images in 40 minutes? Yeah. Okay, you all tell me, anytime that you've ever had an MRI before. I've had MRIs a handful of times in my life. I've been in those MRIs for probably 45 minutes just for one particular area. How are you able to do a whole body scan in that same time period and take 3,000 images?
Yeah, so we use a different technique, different sequence. So probably those sequences you don't usually use in the clinical side. So yeah, so this is different, I would say different technique.
It's very different. I'm going to take a quick break. If you have questions, start to load us up now. Ask Jerry whatever you want, any of the platforms that we're on right now. And then also start telling people in your life that have maybe had some symptoms, have been a little apprehensive to get into the doctor, have thought maybe I need to get an X-ray, MRI. I need to get these things done because I need to see what's going on. I want to stress, yes, they do this full body MRI scan, but that's not it. They do. So Julie had said she had gone to a Metro Imaging. Yeah, there's a lot of those, right? There's chains of all of that. Instead, moving forward, I'm asking you to ask your doctor, hey, I've got this great place that opened up in Fenton just about a month and a half ago. Can you please schedule that to be done here? And yes, you do regular MRIs and whole body.
Yes. So I want to address, what's the difference. My machine is from the other regular machine, like the other, image centers. So this machine is whiteboard, like we call it next generation helium free. And also we use a lot of AI stuff inside. It's the most advanced software. So basically we can control the SAR levels, like the other things the manufacturer required. Literally, we have advanced the software for that. But if you order machine, probably you cannot, a lot of sequence you not available on the older machines. So that's why this machine is the best choice, especially for people who have surgery inside their body, or like a knee replacement, hip replacement. Maybe sometimes they have pacemaker, and we do them all.
So if somebody does have something from a doctor that, hey, we want to examine this particular part, those are the parts that you talked about on the show a couple of weeks ago. That is covered by insurance. It's coming straight from the doctor. It's the whole body scan that you are paying for. Some people said, they can use some of the funds that they have. Yes, maybe try to turn that in. You can even try to take this and turn it into insurance. You never know. Insurance is changing. Government is changing, seeing these things. Hopefully someday down the road, this will be covered by insurance.
Yeah, I wish, because there are more people doing this. You can raise the awareness, government, the insurance, maybe see, let's do this, make it like, insurance covered. I
Absolutely.
think because this is just started.
Yes.
If more people are doing this, probably someday the insurance will cover the cost.
I hope so.
Yes.
And again, he's elevating it. One of the things that, Jerry, you mentioned, and I love this, is that you said, I didn't want to open this and be like, ha, 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 I'm the only one. And anybody else that wants to do anything, if you don't come to me, you got to drive to Chicago or Kansas City or Oklahoma or whatever. You got to drive 5 hours. No, what you want is, I'm doing this. I want to be a leader. I want others to follow and say, you know what? I might need to open something like this in St. Charles County or in St. Genevieve or Franklin or over across the river in Illinois. You want others to start realizing this is something that needs to be done.
Yeah. So for me, I really wanted to do something, make it more popular, because quite a few people are doing this, especially, what are we doing now, the whole body and also the cardiac too. We have the best software, best cardiovascular from Cleveland, and we work together to design the cardiac program too. So the reason I wanted more people doing this because it's benefit from people.
Yes.
The more people doing it, so more people benefit from it. I'm not. I just want to. I'm not saying you're the only one. You want to make more money. No,
Right.
no. I want more people doing it,
Yeah.
and also I want to lead this area. That's why this is called special. Special is special technology, and I really want to use. I also have a special team because all my MRI team is v- uh, experienced,
Right.
and we really good at is what we like a complicated cases.
Yep.
Probably a lot of people are struggling, to doing it, and we handle them too many. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's why.
All right. Good morning again to everyone that's just tuning in. We are live at SpecialT MRI in Fenton. I'm going to take a quick break. What questions do you have? He just mentioned the cardiovascular side. I mean, that I think is probably what was fascinating for Michelle to see my heart. You have to tell me what she said while she was in there, because I don't know about all of that. I was blown away. Let me just tell that. When I came out of it, I thought maybe, we've probably been in there about 40, 45 minutes. And I thought it felt like, did we do the whole body or did you just do a certain area? And he's like, no, I went from the head all the way down to like the ankle area in 40 minutes, 3,000 images. So what happens after that? We'll talk about that. I'm going to ask you about AI. One day, is it going to take over for physicians, et cetera? Don't answer yet. There's so much that AI is doing, but also how is it benefiting from this aspect? And then again, not just cancer, but what other things could be found in this when you do a whole body scan? Those are questions we'll have, but what about you? What questions or comments do you have for Jerry and myself? We got another 30 minutes here at SpecialT MRI as we break it all down. We'll show you some more of these pictures and images. Questions are coming in. We'll get to them right as we return.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
We love to talk about medicine. We love to talk about health. We love to talk about wellness. And from a wellness standpoint, I've been telling you for the last few months about our friend Jennifer Warman Bloss. She owns Elemental Aesthetics in Creve Coeur, again, located at 425 North New Ballas Road. If you have not been yet, well, maybe you want to go around the holidays or at least into the new year as you make your New Year's resolutions. She has been in the aesthetic world since 2001. She is at the top of her game, and one of the things she wants to do is always have the latest and greatest. We're going to talk to her next Wednesday about some of the new services that she says nobody else in St. Louis is offering. If you want to go in and relax and have a facial, you want to go in and enjoy the salt room, the vibration bed for ADD, ADHD, people are seeing remarkable results. You've heard about red light therapy, IV hydration therapy. She has that and so much more. Elemental Aesthetics, located at 425 North New Ballas Road. Their suite, by the way, is 206. Give them a call today at 314-279-6069. Welcome back. We are live at SpecialT MRI in Fenton. Again, the owner, Jerry G. If you missed the first 30 minutes of the show, definitely go back because we have a video where we walk you through the experience that I went through just a couple of days ago, where we came here and I wanted to tell you firsthand my experience, which I'm going to give you a little bit more in depth now. We're going to show you some pictures of this. Again, the imaging itself is far beyond anything that you've probably had done before. The apparatus that you're getting into, for those of you who have ever been worried, and I know there's a lot of people out there, you'd have to tell me from being in the field for as long as you have, the very first thing that people probably say is, I don't want to be in a confined space, right? And then sometimes you probably have to move people in and out just to make sure that they're okay and they're not getting anxiety or fearful. With this, it's much larger. And there you go. There's a view of it. Much larger, gives you an opportunity to feel comfortable. One of the things I told you, Jerry, was I don't normally open my eyes when I'm inside of an MRI because I know I'm just in a tunnel. This, you actually move beyond it. So suddenly you almost feel like if somebody is claustrophobic, that they feel at ease and they can breathe again because you're doing the whole body. So you're moving outside of it instead of being stuck in the tunnel.
Yes, when you do whole body, so the table gonna move, further. Sometimes your head outside of the scanner, and also this machine is wider than the one you normally see in the market because
Absolutely.
this is new. This machine made like last year, 2023. So this is the latest model.
So latest and greatest,
Yeah, and
cutting edge.
Yes, and also the weight limit for this machine is 550 pounds.
550 pounds.
Yeah, yes.
So what would a typical one be that people are used to getting into?
350.
Oh, right. So there you go. I mean, again, this is for everyone. You don't want someone who's over 350 pounds to be like, well, I can't catch something new to find that I've got one of 500 different conditions because I can't fit inside of a normal MRI machine. Now, all of you that have felt left out, you don't anymore. Because yes, you can turn this into insurance for something that a doctor's, a physician's asking for. So maybe you've got heart conditions. I mean, you think of someone over 350 pounds, there's a lot of stress on the body. 450, 550 pounds. And I think, they've been sitting at home just scared. I might have a lot of things wrong with me, but nobody can figure these things out because I can't get in an MRI machine.
Yes, I've been in this field for so long. I witnessed a lot of bigger people unable to fit in the machine, and the doctor still wanted the MRI exam done. Because the weight limits, the table weight limits, they have no choice. Literally they cannot have MRI until they have to go to the big machines.
So in the past, they have obviously, as I just mentioned, they have felt left out. If the doctor needed something, what did they do? They just couldn't?
Well, if they cannot find it, the MRI machine, they have to choose different modality like a CT or something, ultrasound. They have no choice.
Again, SpecialT MRI in Fenton, the owner here, Jerry G. So the pamphlets that you can grab when you first walk in, they're talking about this. Scanning your body for potential cancer. We just mentioned prostate, ovarian, uterine cancer, breast cancer, brain cancer. I wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about the cardiovascular side, which I think is fascinating, but also 500 plus conditions in about 30 to 45 minutes, this whole body scan. And yes, Jillian, I saw your comment earlier, and obviously it depends on the person. So she said, this is wonderful if you have health insurance or insurance that would cover it. If not, it will cost you out of pocket. It is right now, but as he's saying, it's not him, it's the government. So talk to your government officials, right? We would love for it to be covered. However, you've got to weigh. Do you want to live with cancer and all these other conditions and catch it at a stage 4? Or do you want to know early on? I mean, you were in the field. When did you first start in the radiology field?
2010.
2010. And you have seen so many things. You've probably stood right by taking all these images and knowing, oh, we just caught something, right? And it's an emotional thing that the family has to go through. But now you're talking about scanning the entire body and being able to say, wow, look at this. We're catching something that a doctor didn't even prescribe.
So, I have so many patients, they said, well, this time doctor ordered brain, and the next time for the neck, the other time for the, lower back. A lot of patients frustrated, why you just write a one order, cover everything?
Yeah.
Because I know because insurance, you cannot do that. And also
we're talking about people's lives.
Yeah, you cannot see. And also, if you do that way, probably you're gonna take a whole day to do that. All kinds of tests.
Broken
because
up
each one probably usually like a 35 minutes for the regular one part. You can imagine, you could be hours, and also that your body cannot absorb the heat for that long.
Well, and
there are so many reasons you cannot do things, one time. But the whole body, you're gonna overlook whole thing. Sometimes you don't need that many sequence to see what's going on. Right. For example, 2 pictures you can tell if you got a cancer or not. You don't need 10 pictures to show, because those 2 are enough. Because all these protocols can tell, that's why whole body takes not like hours.
Yep.
And you still can see what's going on with inside of your body.
Well, this is an aha moment. You just gave a really good point. Let's say that a doctor, you've got issues, you've got migraines happening, you've got headaches. The doctor examines you, then says, okay, well, I don't see anything. Let's go ahead and call for an MRI. They do an MRI of only that area. You come back out, they're like, nope, I don't see anything. Person goes back home, weeks, months. I still have issues. Okay, well, now let's go ahead and call for an MRI outside of here. Every time you go and break up the MRIs like that, it's a whole new thing put through. What is your copay? What do you have to pay out of pocket? When you put it all together, it's probably going to add up to what you're doing from day one of, because we had the MRI, I had a good $200 or $300 out of pocket that we had to pay, even covered by insurance. So if you do 3 different MRIs, well, you're at the price that he's talking about, right? Think about
Yes.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, there's your aha.
And also another problem is probably insurance denied. They not approve it.
Yeah.
So there are so many insurance,
That they won't let
don't-
you do multiple?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, so nobody in a 5-hour radius is doing anything like this. What questions or comments you have? Julie said, make more people aware about their body. Absolutely. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for sharing. Karen just said, I want to have this done. Well, guess why? Why are you saying that, Karen? I bet I know her answer. And it all comes from an emotional side of a connection to someone that you love. Oh, I got to chill. I'm almost going to get tears in my eyes. I know what her answer is going to be, and it has to do with her husband. Anybody who is with a spouse, a child, a parent, a grandparent, and things that were found in stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, you think, oh, I got chills, crazy. You think, what if I had known at stage 1? What if I knew that this was happening to my heart? Let's go deeper into the heart, by the way. There's got to be so much that you're fascinated about that you're able to see, but from a cardiac scan and a cardiac screening aspect, Vicky Spores just said, I want this done. Well, as you're saying this, by the way, I would suggest that you do it within the next 2 weeks. And why is that, Jerry? Because what's going to happen come January 1st?
So after January 1st, we have to go with Ezra, because probably a lot of people already know Ezra is one of top 2 whole body scan.
Ezra is who you're partnered with.
Yes. So
Okay.
we partner with Ezra. So there we have to go, with their protocols. So that's different.
And with that protocol, they're going to charge $2,500.
Correct. Yeah.
Out of pocket, not covered by insurance. You have the ability for right now until December 31st for $9.99.
Yes.
Right? And yes, Jillian and everybody else, I understand some people, because Julie said this the other day, well, but some of us don't have that money. He understands that. And we get that. And that's right. And that's why I hope someday that the insurance will cover it so that these things are not being missed. But for now, if you can, and there we go. Karen said, you are absolutely right, Monica. It's because of her husband, her young husband, who is no longer here. It wasn't caught until later on, and he's gone. I have a very dear friend that was in my wedding. Same thing. Gone too soon, because by the time it was caught by a doctor who prescribed an MRI, it was already in stage 4 because it was missed so many times before. This is why this gentleman has become a leader in the industry, and he wants to say, let's do this. Trust me, Jerry, I'm going to ask you this. You would love for it to be covered by insurance, but it's not right now. That's not him. It's your government.
Yeah. So good. I hope more and more people are doing this. We can change the government policy.
Yeah.
So prevention make a big deal. A lot of disease you can prevent by changing your eating habit or something, and also we talk about this cardiac. So cardiacs, probably a lot of hospitals, they don't do this at the moment, but one of the major reasons I want to start this center is for the cardiac too.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let's put on the screen, because Vicky said she wants it done. Karen wants it done. I don't want you to wait till January 1st, because then it's going to be $1,500 more. There is the information that you need on the screen and the opening hours, located at 1823 Smizer Station Road, Fenton, Missouri. Go online, read more about it. SpecialT MRI.com. The phone number is 636-333-1391. So let me ask this, the people who have had it done so far, what's the feedback been? And I'll give you my feedback since I just had it done a couple days ago.
Well, I have to say, a lot of people anxious about the report. But once they get a report, they feel relieved. I remember one person, and she said, "I'm ready to retire. I want to make sure my body, everything in good position, and enjoy the post retirement."
Yeah, she doesn't want to have worked her entire life and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, I only have a year because I didn't know about something. The cardiac side is what I want to talk about next. We're going to take a quick break. Do any of you have any questions for Jerry? Don't let it go outside of this because you've got them right now to ask for any aspect. I was in that car accident 3 years ago. Still to this day, I get nausea, dizzy. I remember growing up and my mom and dad used to take me to the doctor and I'm like, I don't know. I swear something's going on. And from the heart, I'm actually fascinated to know if you saw anything initially, like while you're taking the images, are you by chance going, oh, I see something there before they even go in depth and read? I'll ask you that. I want you to go in depth on the cardiac side. And then what about you? Any of you on any of the platforms, what are your questions? And then I would tell you to call and make the appointment today. Don't wait until January 1st because he can't do anything about it. Once Ezra takes over that, it's going to go up $1,500. So Vicky, Karen, anybody else that wants to have it done, you're not loaded up to where they can't get in, right? They can call and still make appointments?
Call, yes.
Okay, beautiful. All right, more with Jerry and your questions when we return live from SpecialT MRI in Fenton. Are you ready to celebrate the holidays? How about coming out to wine country with the Real Monica Adams Show? Right now, I am sitting in the new enclosed patio with Sugar Creek Winery and Judgment Tree Distillery. So if you like good wine, or maybe you like vodka or brandy, they've got it all for you. And on December 28th from 1:30 to 3 p.m., we're going to be broadcasting live right here. I want to see you, so start making plans. It's going to be a big day from noon to 6 of great food, great wine, wonderful music. More importantly, kindness among friends and family. Won't you join us? December 28th, we'll see you with the Real Monica Adams Show. And welcome back again. Jerry G is the owner of SpecialT MRI in Fenton, located again on Smizer Station Road, 1823 Smizer Station Road, just off of 141. And in the last 15 minutes, what questions do you have? Let's get your questions answered. Karen just said, what if there aren't any available appointments since it is so close to the end of the year? Could we schedule and pay for it before the end of the year? Do they have to have the MRI actually done before the MRI? So before the end of the year?
If you scheduled, you paid, yeah, you can
still have it done in January?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, because that's what
but
she's
you
asking.
Have to schedule, yeah.
So you just have to call, pay for it, and then if you can't get in before the end of the year, you could come in January, but you've already paid.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, appointment time must be before December 31st.
Oh, wait. Okay. So then no, that's what I'm asking. So one more time. I don't think you understand that. She wants to know, since it's so close to the end of the year, if you can't get her in or they can't get in because it's the holidays, if she calls today and pays, can she still have it done like January 2nd, 3rd, 4th? That's what she's asking.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yes, if you pay it, yeah.
Yes, it can still get scheduled in January. Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. So that's okay. So Karen and Vicky, I would say, call today, say, yes, I want to have it done. Let me try to schedule before December 31st. But if not, I have paid for it. I can have it done in January. So yes, Diane wrote on Instagram and said, how wonderful to have this MRI service in our area. A lot of you that are making these comments, I bet you have an emotional connection to someone that you lost and thought, how is it that we're finding this at such an elevated stage? So we talked about cancer, but 500 plus conditions. Are you saying that we can see maybe early markers of Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that? Is that possibly seen in all these images?
Oh, yeah, of course, yes. You can detect those too, yes.
So, all right, I asked this question earlier. Would you all want to know? Answer that. You can either say yes, no. Let me ask my team. Zach, would you want to know?
Yeah, I actually have a question.
Okay, Zach's got a question. Yeah. Hopefully you can hear him in the background. If not, I'll repeat.
So my mom has polycystic kidney disease, PKD. Mm-hmm. I had a 50% chance of having it. I haven't gotten tested yet. Would an MRI show the cysts on the kidneys?
So
absolutely, yes.
Can we reiterate that? Because I know he's just off mic. His mother has polycystic kidney disease. Mm-hmm. He's wanting to know if that would show if he would have early markers.
Yeah, Well, actually, last week we did a kidney, just like what you said. Yes. Yeah, we detect those. We can tell.
I mean, again,
Yes.
we're talking about 500 plus conditions. Okay. Stephanie just said no, that she wouldn't want to know. Karen says, yes, I want to know. Kathleen says, yes. Again, everybody that's on right now, or if you watch later, answer that question. Luann says, yes, I want to know. A lot of people, and understand, there's no shame in saying no. My answer is yes. Tia's back there doing some editing for us. I would be interested to see what she would want to know. Carol just said, no, I do not want to know. For those of you that are saying no, answer me this. Why? What is it that scares you, right? So we do a lot of the fear and anxiety when we try to break the freedom of the fear, anxiety, depression, shame, things like that. So Carol and Stephanie and anybody else that said no, and anybody else that's watching, just do a quick yes or no, yes or no. Would you want to know these things? If you say no, why do you feel that you wouldn't want to know? Because for me, I know it's scary. I mean, Jerry, it is scary, right?
It is scary.
And I mentioned to you when you're taking the images, I know you're taking 3,000 images in 40 minutes. Do you see anything that quickly that catches your eye?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did
yes.
you see anything on mine? I
but,
didn't ask him this.
So,
I'm just saying.
But I'm allowed to see anything. Only the doctor can explain that things. So
you're not going to tell
yeah,
me?
So yes, so we can tell, but I'm not allowed to see. So that's the policy we have to follow. And no matter where you go, yes.
Okay, so let's reiterate that. You are taking the images. Something may catch your attention, but then you can't say anything to the patient. You then give this to the doctor, and the doctor's going to call right away to say,
Correct.
I need you to come in. Gotcha.
Yes.
So he can't tell me if he saw something.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So this is the next, by the way, because a lot of you might be thinking, all right, Monica, tell us. Well, we don't know yet. I just had it done a couple of days ago. Julie says, yes, she'd want to know. Oh, Michelle just got out of her appointment she had. She said, yes, I would want to know. I pretty much know it's coming anyway. You know what's coming? Well, that's interesting. Stephanie, because my family, okay. So Stephanie's one that said no, because my family has a lot of health issues and my grandma and my mom had dementia. So interesting. So but would you want to know though, Stephanie, or do you just want to wait? Julie said hippie. It's HIPAA. But I'm giving him, no, it has nothing to do with HIPAA. If I told you right now that I'm okay with you to say, you would be okay. That has nothing to do with HIPAA. If I'm giving you permission, you would be able to. You just can't.
I just can't.
Yes, it has nothing to do with HIPAA. I would be giving him permission right now to do so. Kathleen McMillan, I said yes because early detection can help to save your life. It did save my life. Right. So yours or a person that you love that are affected by this. But again, there's no shame in saying no, because some people, they just are scared. And if suddenly they're told something, I don't know how they would live their life after. For me, I think I'd live better, different.
So for the people who say no, I would let me picture this. So you spend money to take care of, routine take care of your
vehicle,
mm-hmm. Like oil change. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Your body need some time. You need to check out, because no matter how healthy you are, a lot of underlying things you don't never seen.
Great analogy.
And then someday you got boom, surprise finding.
Yep.
And then I know a lot of people you don't want to know because you don't have symptom yet.
No, it's you know what, Jerry.
Another thing is why you should get wine. No matter, even you just want a picture. You don't want to know the report, because this picture, current picture, gonna be the baseline for your features. Couple years, because those realities can compare. Yep. 10 years ago, your picture like this, and 10 years later, hey, see what's going on? Your body gradually changing.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's especially in the AI.
Well, and that's the part I wanted to get into here in our last 15 minutes. I mentioned about 15 minutes ago, AI and how that's ever evolving and changing. But the analogy Jerry just gave is such a good point. I just literally last week took my car in for its regular maintenance, and they did find something. It had to do with my brakes. He said, your brakes are at stage 3. Okay. So it's the same thing as cancer. Your brakes are at stage 3, Monica. You literally have 3 millimeters left in this. So if you don't do something about it, and it was expensive, by the way, so think about that. You do pay for your car, but you're not wanting to pay for the body. People are like weighing, saying, well, I don't have that money, but you pay for the car. However you're going to do that, you make your installment payments, whatever you have to do. If I left that alone, I come up to a light, I suddenly push on the brakes, they don't work, and I slam into somebody, then I'm possibly getting into a head-on collision. I mean, it's such a phenomenal analogy that he just used. Think about that. We're going to go. Yep. She just said that makes a lot of sense, Stephanie. Absolutely. If you're just tuning in, you're here in the last 10, 15 minutes of the show. You absolutely want to go back and watch all of this after we wrap up our live. Again, the beauty of live streaming, that all of these shows can be there for you. We are at SpecialT MRI, which just opened up about a month and a half ago in Fenton. Jerry G is the owner. 1823 Smizer Station Road. SpecialTMRI.com is the website to make your appointment or to take advantage of this special. 636-333-1391. So from the AI standpoint, how much is it playing into this right now? And truly, if you can look forward, I mean, I know that we don't be able to see the future, but at some point, AI is so far evolved from us. How much is it going to take place of physicians and different things we're seeing in the medical industry?
I think the AI right now is applied to every field, like radiologies or clinicals, doctor office, but everything about the data, because the more data involved, more accurate.
Mhm.
So actually, a lot of doctors they use the ChatGPT or whatever.
Mhm.
They come to to help them.
Sure.
So they treat it like AI as a tool right now. But in the future, pretty much after I'm done MRI scanning, here's the report.
Yeah.
And also right now, after I finish the cardiacs, actually my post process already generate report.
Yeah.
Everything is AI. So those things, literally you can tell what's wrong with it.
And again,
Yes.
that's the fascinating side, because AI has gotten a pretty bad rep over the last year plus of, no, it's not good. It's going to take people's positions. It's this and that. But then you're starting to feel the curve change of, well, it's very beneficial because we're not here yet. And it is. It's way beyond us. Let's see. Michelle said you were talking about early markers of Alzheimer's and dementia. There was a lot of that in my family. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to. I have, and my husband has it in our family. You hope it's not. I have multiple levels of cancer all around on my mom's side and my dad's side. You hope that you're not going to get it. But I've heard a statement, tell me this, because you've been in the medical industry for so long. Somebody told me that depending on how long you live, if you live long enough, you're going to get cancer, that we all have cancer cells in our body. What's your comment to that? Because somebody asked that the other day.
Yeah, I think that's true. Because, like the cells, I think it's because when you're aging, all the cells activities become kind of, wear out or something. That's why when you're getting older, you have to change your eating habits. You can eat as much as when you were young.
Yeah.
You have to watch your diet. You have to watch your weight if you want to live longer. And most importantly, you have to keep your mentally healthy.
Yes.
You have to stay with friends, families, full of kind of, so.
Well, they have to do the social side, or depression
Yes.
sets in. They also need to do Sudoku and those things that they're keeping.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, that they're keeping their mind active. Okay, questions. Let's get to some more of your questions. Karen says, I have stomach issues and I'm having surgery next week to hope it helps, but I want to know if there's maybe something else going on. So that's why she's going to call you and have this set up. Audra, good to see you. As a 1-year colon cancer survivor this month, I think this is an incredible tool. Absolutely. Yes, I would want to know for anything else to be able to enjoy every single day of life. So many times, as I just mentioned, it's either an individual or it's a connection to someone that you love in your life that unfortunately it has to go to that extent for someone to say, yes, I don't want you to have to wait that long. And I don't want you to find it late. Julie says, maybe a good Christmas gift from your family. Yeah, if you can. I mean, that'd be a heck of one. My sister-in-law has front lobal dementia. She inherited from her dad, and she's 70. So yes, again, there's so many things. We haven't gone in depth yet about the cardiovascular side. What are you most fascinated about with regards to that?
So our cardiacs, like a screening program, take only about 25 minutes.
Okay.
So before usually close 1 hour or over 1 hour. So a lot of patients struggling, like 10 years ago, when I do cardiacs, like people, a lot of time can handle that long because right now we got the best cardiac package software, special software. So everything's getting faster, better, and the quality is better. And with AI help, post the report more accurate. So if you have family like a history of heart problems, this is the best program. And also you can ask your cardiologist or your family doctor, insurance will cover it.
Yes, which he
Yes.
stressed on the show. So there are parts, for those of you that said earlier, well, I wish insurance would, that would be. And I know Terry had mentioned on the show a couple of weeks ago, because I think, I don't know if it's her husband or somebody, that she was concerned about. That would be, if there's, and I want to stress this again, if there are things that are being asked for to be looked at by your doctor, and those of you may have gone to Metro Imaging or all these other things in the past, he can do that and the whole body. So it's not just whole body. It is full body MRI scans, but all the other MRIs that are being called for by your doctor, come here for that. Instead of going to a Metro Imaging or anybody else or the chains, come to SpecialT MRI. Support the small business, the belief, right? He believed if you build it, they will come. And you did.
So you see the signs.
Yes.
So quality, not quantity. So for me, I just want to generate the most, good quality pictures. And I work with the more experienced radiologists.
Yeah.
So we can guarantee the report is more accurate.
And
so that's why I want to focus on quality. I'm not focused on quantity.
Yes, quality, not quantity.
Yes.
You also mentioned that once you get into the beginning of the year and Ezra takes over, they will be doing their scan, and it actually goes from head to what?
To the mid-thigh.
Mid-thigh.
Yeah.
He's right now going all the way down to your feet. So what if you have a clot there in the bottom, maybe in your calf or whatever? That wouldn't be caught in what they're going to be doing come January, right?
Yes.
So let him do the head to toe and see anything. Again, we're looking at all these different images. And so while Michelle was watching, what was she saying? I know in some of because she took so much footage, and thank you, Michelle, for all that you did that day. I kept hearing her go, oh my God. Oh, that's fascinating. Oh, wow. What else did you hear from her? What were her biggest questions?
I think, she never see this like the body like a whole picture. Normally like this, MRI only one part of that. But if you want to see big pictures, kind of surprises everybody.
Yeah.
And also you can see so many pictures.
3,000.
A lot of people, they don't, So what do you see here? Only half. On this side, it's more pictures.
So you're able to
Coming,
see angles that maybe have never been seen before, right?
Correct.
You're like Michelle was asking, like, okay, what are we looking at right now? We're seeing through. So that makes her laugh. That one right there. You said that could be for Halloween. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, there's eyeball there. So
and here,
different technique.
look and see. I go from heavy to thin.
Mm-hmm.
So you did the in and out. He's going to ask you the same thing as they do in regular MRIs. You want some music, and so I asked for R&B. What did I tell you? The hardest part of the MRI was for me. Sitting still and not dancing.
Right. That's right.
Oh, and let me ask you this. So there are parts where you'll obviously hear the woman say, the next scan will take less than 30 seconds. This one's going to take 2 minutes. There are parts of the scan, which is, again, something I haven't experienced before, but some of you may have, where we had to hold our breath. That was in the heart area, right?
Yes.
That you were scanning,
area, yes.
or the abdomen area. You laughed because there's nothing else to do in there but listen to music and count. So one, when I held my breath, was for 7 seconds. One was for 11. One of them was for 27 seconds. I almost ran out of air at that point. So if someone can't hold their breath that long, what do you do?
So that sequence actually is optional. So
Okay.
because the machine fast enough you don't have to hold your breath.
Okay.
Actually.
But I did. I was testing myself underwater. Julie just said, I am not trying to be sarcastic or funny, but get a CC with a 0%. Does that make sense to you? I don't understand what that means. Zach, does that make sense to you?
Cardiac? I'm not
I
sure.
was gonna say credit card with like a low interest.
Oh, is that what it is?
Credit card.
Oh,
maybe?
okay. Okay, yeah. Very good. See, he's so smart. Just throwing suggestions out there if anyone needs or wants one. Okay, credit card with 0%. So I guess if they put it down that maybe they would have an opportunity to pay. Yes. Okay. See how smart Zach is? We're thinking medical and she's over here financial wise. That's good. It's a team that takes it all together. So, okay, yes. I don't know how long you'd have a 0%. It's not going to last much into years because they're going to want their interest. But yes, that's an opportunity that maybe they would get a 0% credit card and have 6 months maybe or a year maybe so that you're not making extra interest payments. That's a good point. I don't know about those that last very long though, maybe 6 months. What else? What else that you want to leave us with that does fascinate you about the whole body scan?
So the whole body, the thing is, I like the words, the baseline. I think everybody need a baseline.
Yes.
So especially, you need something. For example, you never had an MRI before, and until you got 60 years old, and then the doctor try to see, did you have this already? You don't know. You never had one. Sometimes you need something to compare with.
Yeah.
So that's especially in the future, everybody kind of use the data to work with the AI things. You need the data, So
And
this is the baseline.
This is the baseline. This is for you to know. And then the doctor gets in touch with you and says, okay, this is what we're seeing, and goes more in depth. As Jerry mentioned earlier, maybe they call for a biopsy of something that they're seeing. Again, I've got friends around me that just recently found out that they had cancer, but it was at an elevated stage. So we're trying to be preventative instead of reacting. So these wonderful pamphlets that you can come by, pick up, take with you. Welcome to SpecialT MRI. Again, it is Breakthrough, a scanner that is designed to improve confidence, speed, comfort. Again, if it is areas that the doctor has asked for, then yes, you have that covered by insurance. Otherwise, again, maybe a credit card that has a low or a 0% interest on it, you can do. So they're either putting it on the credit card or they're doing cash payments. Is it a little bit less if they don't put it on a credit card because of fees?
No,
Or is it the same?
The same.
Okay, so $9.99. And this is again looking at what we had done just a couple days ago. $9.99 that you can call 636-333-1391. You can call now or within the next couple of days or couple of weeks. If you can get in and get the scan done before the end of the year, great. If not, if you've paid for it, you can still use it into the beginning of the year. So we're talking about whole body heart screening. Think about the cardiac scan. Think about finding the early markers of cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's, 500 plus conditions. And that is what Jerry is doing right here at SpecialT MRI in Fenton. So we had him in our studio a couple of weeks ago. We wanted to come in and experience it firsthand. Again, it was very calming, soothing. It was the mindset of what is it that we're going to find, and the time frame that we were in and out of it, and then getting a chance to come on the other side. And we sat there and talked through things of, I said, you just did this, and how many images did you see? And he said about 3,000. That blew me away. In such a short period of time, all that can be done. And again, if you are claustrophobic, this is for you. So if you have had an MRI scheduled for you and you're worried about it because you are in that tight tunnel, no longer. That's why Jerry has opened this up for you for a whole body scan or for the MRIs that you need done. So again, go to SpecialTMRI.com for more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica.
Love what you're doing. And I hope that all of you call that can and take advantage of this. Don't wait. Come January 1st, Ezra takes over. They charge $2,500. And again, it's a scan from the head to about mid-thigh. Let him do the whole thing if you can do it. Somebody mentioned earlier, if you've got that kind of money and you want to do it for a Christmas present, or maybe you want to get gift cards and you take care of a little bit for the person because you're worried about them. So don't sit idle any longer and have these symptoms taking over and that you don't get in and have something done about it, or you're frustrated because you've had something that has already been done and they came back and said they don't see anything, but you swear that we know better than anybody that our body is not functioning the way we know it should be functioning. And if that's the case, Don't let it go. So if you can do this, I ask you to do so. Karen, I'm excited that you're going to make the call. Vicky and anybody else, if you watch later and you didn't get a chance to speak with him firsthand, just tag me. I'll make sure he sees your message. Or again, call 636-333-1391. Again, 1823 Smizer Station Road in Fenton. And the website again is SpecialTMRI.com. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you, everybody.
We so appreciate you watching. If you have any questions afterwards for myself that you want me to get to him, just reach out to me as well at info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Tomorrow morning, we're excited. We're going to have Jeremy Boyer. You might not know the name, but I know that you know him behind the organ. St. Louis Blues organist, St. Louis Cardinals organist. He also plays at Mass in South County. He is going to blow you away because we're going to make him play on a little Casio keyboard instead of the big organ that he's so used to. So we'll talk about that. And we're really excited to give you a follow-up on a guest that works in Hollywood, and he is a phenomenal editor. He actually came and talked to us about the last movie he was involved in. Did you see Roadhouse initially with years ago, Patrick Swayze, the latest with Jake Gyllenhaal, Doc Krotzer? I got an update about Doc and something he's been nominated for. We're really excited for him. So we'll start the show about that tomorrow morning before we get into Jeremy. Dot said I'm going. Okay, Dot's going to make the call as well. So a lot of people, now I'm excited, and it's all up to you whether you want to come on and do a follow-up with us. And maybe we bring Jerry back on to talk of, hey, this was found. And to me, again, you just took those 3,000 images and I said, can you imagine if something was found? That is what I'm talking about. And for Dot and Karen and Vicky that already said, yes, I want to have it done. Yes, it could be scary, but let's try to release the fear. Instead, let's say, great, we found it. Now let's do something about it. Stephanie and everybody else, you're so welcome for the good information. Thanks for tuning in. We're excited to see you tomorrow morning. And remember, just like he believed to be a leader, you be a leader in whatever it is that you want to do. Believe in yourself, be anything you want to be. But before you're anything, be kind. God bless you all. See you tomorrow morning.